I'm not so sold that I didn't start VaynerMedia because of characters. I was so affected by mascotting in advertising, the Pillsbury Doughboy, right? Tony Tiger, like the Marlboro Man. I even to this day feel like it's one of the few things that we have not accomplished at VaynerMedia yet, which is to stand up our own meaningful character. Our Scott's Miracle Grow gardening Super Bowl spot that had John Travolta and Martha Stewart in a couple years ago it still sits in my gut as a miss because I wanted to push this character called Gary the gardener. But I would have taken Greg. I would have taken anything. But, or when you think about what we did with Mr. Peanut and Baby Nut, like that was a big deal. Like for Planters Business, it was profound. When we killed Mr. Peanut and did that whole thing a couple years ago, that was like a big deal. It really grew that business. And then they sold it for $3 billion plus to Hormel, like a real life thing based on characters. And if there wasn't a Mr. Peanut to kill, VaynerMedia's marketing campaign couldn't have helped craft, grow their business, which helped them exit in a significant way. So how important are characters? It's Santa Claus is a character. I don't even want to get into like religion and stuff like that, but like, put it this way, it's a big fucking deal. And it's a big fucking deal. And I think, for me, I've been thinking about it my whole life. Before there was an eBay, I was going to garage sales in high school and buying up like the Facts of Life board game and like Grimace from McDonald's toys for 10 cents. Like from the get, I knew that there was something in that stuff. If you showed 17-year-old me, 47-year-old me with an advertising agency and an IP like VFriends, he would have been like, fuck, that really took off. Like that hypothesis became like a real fucking life. And so it's the biggest thing. And I think, again, just to remind everybody here, because we're all like in it and thinking and looking at other things and looking at our things, think about how unique VFriends is in the entire NFT ecosystem. Almost every other significant top 25 project, there's a single character with different attributions and rarities. We have a universe of different characters. It's just so different in the entire. I'm actually really surprised there aren't more that look a little bit more like us, where there are 50 different characters. We're very unique. It is completely based on character. And I'm excited to be at the helm of it and looking to build it for a very long time.
Where do you start if the page is blank? What can we tell?
This is hard because the truth is everybody here is so different. Some of you have like actual skills. Some of you are like disaster shows, right? So for disaster shows, I would say try not to go too far out of your element. Like stick figures are cool. And I mean it. The simplicity of it is important. I think self-awareness is going to matter right now as you make this, don't look at the people's pages to the left and right. No keeping up with the Joneses. It doesn't matter if the person 2 seats over is a fucking Pablo Picasso. Keep it chill, right? I think the advice I gave earlier is the biggest thing. I think the only way you'll actually make something right now that you're like actually like really jazzed about is if you go deeper into meaning. Because then the output can be like very simplistic. I mean, look, we're at Art Basel. Go into the physical art executions and you will see things that are super simple that many people want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to own, and they're super simple. My intuition always has been that can only happen because of two elements. One, the artist or their reseller, their partner, their gallery are just good at marketing and sales. That happens. But what I have found far more interesting in the last 10 years as I poke around and prod around this is I just think those are the artists that all were comfortable to go all the way then. I've enjoyed the living shit out of people having opinions of my doodles. It has been the most enjoyable part. Out of all of it, that. Because to me, it's what I love. It means a lot to me. And like, I appreciate the simplicity of it, but like, I get it because when I look at Jackson Pollock's, which are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, I don't like them at all. And that's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. Beauty, art, music, it's all subjective, right? So I think that what the number one thing is just make. And by the way, you can rip up the first one. Just let it flow to the best of your ability, but go back to a place of meaning. somehow, some way, you know, like maybe you had a pet snake that you fucking loved, right? And like, you know, just like go deep a little bit, like think a little bit right now about like feelings.